Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Podcast Assemble, the show where you come for your rambling geeky download. My name's Tommy, and I am delighted, as always, to be joined in the flesh by the one, the only. It's our resident space rock of the pod, DL. How are you, mate?
All the way from across the pond.
All the way from across the pond.
Didn't die from radiation on the way. I made it back in Australia, mate. Back in Australia.
I mean, I never doubted you.
I know.
Not for a second. I mean, I did.
Well, we were touch and go. We were flying over Doha. So.
You were gonna originally.
Yeah, we had to change the flight. So could have been. It's not really funny, but it could have been quite dark.
I mean, how long? At what time of hour did you change the flight? Like the 11th hour?
Like 4 days before.
Oh, all right. That's not too bad.
Yeah, well, we didn't have to pay for it.
Oh, yeah, even better.
Yeah. So we went through.
God, imagine having to pay for it.
Bangkok.
That would have been. Oh, okay. What's the capital of Thailand? Bangkok. You've watched American Pie too many times.
Yeah, or whatever. Was it in The Hangover?
It's in a bunch of films.
Yeah,
it's definitely. Well, they talk about Bangkok in The Hangover.
Well, they're in the Bangkok.
So we were just talking before this, and so I was talking with my beautiful partner before you guys arrived a couple of days ago, and she was saying she reminded me of a thing that I did that I had completely forgotten about. You know what my memory's like? I'm like a goldfish.
Yeah.
So when you left,
yes,
I know I mentioned this to you before, but when you left
18 months ago. Sad day.
The saddest
Pale
day.
ever since.
I mean, I was going to call you a vampire.
I'm starting to get it back. Just one day.
One day. You're matching me already. That's
Look at that.
Terrifying.
All it took was one day in the sun.
So when you left, I put a bunch of stories on my Instagram, not my personal Instagram, not the podcast Instagram.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I did all these pictures of you, and I put them in black and white, and I put that song behind it that I will remember.
I will remember you.
Yeah, and people thought you were dead.
I never saw this because it's literally a 28-hour flight back
People thought you were dead.
from Sydney to London. The story expired before
I kept getting all these condolence messages.
You just sent it to me. You just sent me my funeral video, my eulogy
I was
video.
like, he's not dead. He's just gone forever from my life.
Yeah.
You're here, though. You're alive.
We kept it going.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
You needed the sun.
Alive and well. Yeah.
You clearly needed the sun. Mate, how was the flight?
Dude, I slept amazingly.
Slept like a dream.
I did. You know, it was something about maybe the movie I watched, plus
what was the movie you watched?
what was it like Handmaidens? Or
no wonder you fell asleep.
Yeah, no. No, but post watching, I was in a blissful state.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wait, question. So Handmaid. Okay, right. So for anyone,
Housemaid, not Handmaid.
That's
Housemaid.
Right. Anyone who hasn't seen the Handmaid movie, Handmaid,
Housemaid,
Handmaid, whichever, with Sydney Sweeney, there is apparently some, somewhat nudity in it. But on a lot of airplanes, they would blur out.
Nope.
Cut.
Nope. The kids next to me,
they had a great time.
They're forever changed.
They had their life-defining moment.
Yeah, they had. I was a part of something special.
Boys, girls, yeah.
Boys, I was a part of something very special. No, it was. I slept really well. I think it was just because the last 2 weeks have been insane and highly active, new job, preparing for travel, and just so I just all the sleep caught up with me.
Amazing.
And I slept really well on both flights, and then the last 2 nights I haven't been jet lagged at all. I slept really well through the night both times. So. This has been the easiest transition to the
you've seen
AEST I've ever had.
Good.
Yeah,
I think coming this way is meant to be easier than going that way.
Yeah, it's going to be tougher on the way back.
Say that each way both times.
Yeah,
that actually reminds me. So, have I told this story on the podcast before? I was talking to a customer. This is maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah,
and they were telling me about taking. So I went to Oasis over here when they were in Sydney, and they were telling me about taking their son, who was I think 13 now 14-year-old son, to see this band. And it was their first ever concert. They'd never been to a gig before. No. And the son, on the walk to their seats...
was like...
No, on the walk to the seats, first thing that happened was there were a bunch of bikies sitting next to them who offered him weed. So immediately he was excited.
How old was he?
13 at the time. And then when he sat down, Oasis started to come out. And the girl who was sat like behind him got excited and jumped up. And her boobs full fell out. And he was like, sexual awakenings!
Yeah, it's nice, but I think my first
concert are all gigs like this?
Yeah, I think my first concert was either In Sync or Blink 182 at USC. I can't remember which.
There is a big difference between those.
But they were both pretty good.
Really?
I mean, both would be. You're telling me Peak In Sync in the '90s? You wouldn't want to go.
I wouldn't have even thought about it.
It
wouldn't have crossed my mind.
What a show!
Even crossed my mind.
But Blink 182 at USC college campus, that was a wild show.
I bet
that was cool.
I bet there's plenty of weird shit like that happening.
I was with my dad. He was oddly...
Your dad was there.
Oddly distracted.
In the audience with you. Hello. Yeah. I'm Dre's dad.
Anyway.
It's good to see you.
You too.
Jesus, it's been a long time since we've done this. This has been a long time coming. I'm very excited to have you in the room. Quick thanks up top to all of our new and faithful listeners. You guys are the best. Keep coming back. We want you here. If you keep coming back, Dre will move back to Australia and we can do this in person.
Exactly. And I'll show more leg each time. That's what I'm told. That's why people come to the pod. I told someone we need to pull this thing down a bit. Anyway, this is too much.
Huge thanks as well to Ava. Thank you for the time codes. If you guys want to jump around, they're in the description. They're there every week. She does them. She's the best. You can find Ava. This stuff doesn't sound or look this good. We don't actually look like this. We're goblins. She makes us look good, makes us sound good. You can find her fantastic work at, and I've just lost it, www.avaramshaw.com. If you're starting a podcast, if you're in a podcast, you want to get some awesome editing done. And while you're down there, Dre, you've done this recently. While you're down there, hit that 5 stars. Give us that like and subscribe. All the things with algorithms.
Please do.
I mean, you understand algorithms. I don't.
Bare minimum. Base of MVP, minimum viable product.
Great.
It recommends things. Yeah.
Right. Okay, all the best.
Yeah.
We'll chat GPT it later and find out what it means.
The same way we set up this freaking mic setup.
Always.
Discover
it was always the way.
Yeah.
Back to the nerdy nonsense, my friend.
Why not, man?
Dude, what have you been up
to? I already kind of led I spoiled it with the housemaid.
Tell me more about the housemaid. Housemaid.
It's got Sydney Sweeney. You know, I actually
who's the male in
the main guy? I was about to say I don't know, but I love this actor.
Interesting.
He's in 1923 as like the leading man.
Okay.
Which is the prequel to Yellowstone.
Oh yeah. I know that.
There's a couple of them. It's like the one that's in the middle.
Right. It's not the one with Harrison Ford and Meryl Streep.
No. Is there one with Harrison Ford?
So he just opened up IMDB to check who this is, and it had a picture of the new live-action Moana movie. Have you seen the pictures of The Rock in the live action movie?
No, but he's playing himself. Right?
Oh my god, it is wild. I don't know how someone can be wearing a wig and still look that bald all at the same time.
Really?
It's the weirdest shit. He's got like, you know, The Rock's character in that. He's got like long, flowing, curly hair.
Yeah, well, I know in the cartoon.
Yeah, in the animated one, and in this, it's on the right hand side.
Oh,
if you can imagine a boulder with a wig on.
I need to see
what it looks like. Google it.
All right.
Ava, pop a thing up on screen. Put it in the middle of us. You can have The Rock in the middle of us just for this one exact moment.
The Rock. What's his name again? Action.
Dwayne Johnson.
But what? Moana.
Yeah, just do that. See what comes up. I mean, you'll see it immediately.
Oh God!
Right? Isn't it wild?
This is so bad.
He just looks so old as well.
I mean, I don't know if you could make it look good though, because he's just so bald in my mind's eye.
Yeah, but also he's looking a lot older. I think I thought that when he was doing
he's weathered
the rounds for that movie he did, where the Smashing Machine.
Yeah,
because he obviously lost a load of weight after that to try and pretend he was a real actor and wore those silly round glasses.
Got it.
Which I now have as well. I also have round glasses now, so they'll be debuting some point on the podcast.
Okay, so Brandon Skellner, who is a year older than me, which makes me feel just disgusting.
He's a beautiful man
because he is so handsome. But he was in Vice apparently. I didn't realize that. But he also was in Westworld.
Oh, who's he in Westworld?
I don't know.
It says it there.
Henry.
Okay, I have no idea who that is.
Random guy probably. But his main thing is Spencer Dutton. Spencer Dutton in 1923, and he's great in it. I really enjoyed him. He's, I mean, as good as you can be in this movie, which is somewhat mediocre. But you know,
well, that's a glowing indictment.
There's some pretty, you know, if you're like 14, 15 and want to have your life changed, go watch this movie.
Okay,
yeah,
I am all of those
male.
things. Male.
Or, you know, honestly, maybe female.
First concert. I mean, you do you guys. If that's what you want to, if that's how you roll.
It's a pretty like the concept is a bit absurd by the end, and I don't want to spoil it for those that want to watch it. But it's your traditional like house psychological thriller.
House is in the TV show.
No.
So House shows up at the end and he's
like
"You're all messed up."
Suburban home,
psychological. Got it.
Suburbia.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
speaking of
what have you been up to? Suburban
homes.
Yeah.
It's not. That's a terrible segue because it literally has nothing to do with what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
I finally got around to watching. I mean, I've watched 1 before, but I've never watched 2. So we watched back to back The Godfathers Part 1 and 2.
I've seen them. I just have never seen them as like an educated film. Like I saw them as a kid.
Yes,
and I don't really
probably not the best.
I
way
don't
to
really
those
remember
films.
like all the. It's on my list to rewatch for ages.
Sure, I mean, and same one I watched. I mean, many moons ago, probably with my granddad who loved those films.
Yeah.
Two, I don't think I've ever seen, but it's really interesting. Like, understandably, they're two of the best films of all time. Like,
Yes.
clearly, they're fantastic, interesting, like character studies, amazing. I don't understand how people think the second one's better though. Like, it's just not as interesting. The first one's great because it tracks this young man coming home who tries to dissociate himself from his family, and then he gets pulled back in.
Yeah, and Marlon Brando's like just like the quintessential
amazing. But like I like the idea of, you know, De Niro and Pacino in these two separate timelines, and you sort of track their sort of similar journeys, even though, you know, the more modern timeline, he's already gone through that journey. I don't understand why it's acting as if he hasn't. I just thought the first one was more compelling.
I'm sure there's people that agree with you. The internet is a diverse and wild place.
Sure is.
But
be wild and diverse.
I mean, the Marlon Brando still of just him, just like, you know, on the main Godfather thumbnail is
amazing,
iconic.
But like that's and like I think part of the reason why they did the split timeline was to try and have that character in it somehow.
Yeah,
because he's dead. He died. I mean, spoilers for anyone who's not seen The Godfather. What, like 1970?
Dies.
He dies early.
Dies.
I always get that conflated. So we were talking about this earlier. We were talking about Scream, because obviously we did it on my other less successful podcast, No Country for Old Films. If you want to go and check it out, we'd love you to. It's a nostalgia bait podcast. Please check us out. No Country for Old Films. You just put the @ symbol at the front.
Very kind of you.
Scream. Yeah, why not? We talked about Scream, and I conflate a lot of that film with Scary Movie.
Yeah.
So Scary Movie to me, and there were scenes coming up that I knew were coming up, but I almost thought they were going to do the Scary Movie bit
where they're like doing jizz,
right, or like he stabs her in the chest and a like fake breast comes out and all this. So like it's similar to that. There's a film called, I think, I forget, my brother would kill me for not remembering this. It's not called, it's like called Casino something, and it's mostly a parody of all those films. So it's Casino, it's Godfather, it's you know, that set of films. And there's the bit when he dies and he's in the orange patch, and he dies in like a completely hilarious slapstick way. And I thought that was going to happen in Godfather. I was like, what is wrong with my brain?
I didn't realize.
I'm just mushed.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was like associated with.
There is a very good parody of that film. I'll put it in the comments so anyone can check it out. But I really liked it. I mean, I sat down with the partner, and I didn't expect her to be as engaged for like nearly fucking 3 hours. Super engaged, super into it. I was like, cool. Like, she's
amazing movie.
Great film. Amazing cinematography.
Yeah, some people can just they can sense it. They can appreciate it.
She can do that. She has those moments. What else have you been up to?
I'm pulling it up. I've been reading the third book of Wheel of Time, The Dragon Reborn.
The Wheel of Time.
This is the new. I don't think I've talked about this, or if I have, I was just starting it.
You were literally just starting.
I'm like 3/4 of the way through it. It's like,
you read fast.
I've burned through this one compared to the other ones.
But you were telling me the other day that you thought this was a better story.
I think it's a better. I've enjoyed them all a lot. I think this is the most like modernly accessible one of the group. Okay. It's just like the plot moves a lot faster.
So is this when was this written in comparison to 1 and 2?
I'm sure they were probably written
pretty similar.
Yeah, I don't actually know, but
there wasn't a jump in time so that he could have.
I mean, it's a good question. I can look it up. I'll look it up real quick while you're telling me what you've been up to. But I'm pretty sure that they were written close to each other. I think it's just more the stories have been allowed to breathe. It's like his third book. Maybe he's just getting into the swing of things. Like,
well, you were telling me in like 1 and 2, they were still in the. They're like they didn't want to leave their homes because
they did leave.
Like, guys, the fire's coming for you. Yeah,
they're just complaining about it the entire time. The first 2 are kind of like big journeys to a bunch of places with the entire group. So like some of it's like split up, but most of it's like the same group, just all going together to different places, basically being chased around. This one, all the stories are all in their own. They've broken away. Okay, and so like all the main characters are kind of doing their own thing. And all the plot, like all the backstory of each of their plots has been developed enough in the first 2 books that they've all got their momentum carrying them. And so each little viewpoint is like the plot is pumping.
So you got to really push through those first 2 books.
I didn't have to, but I can imagine someone who's like expecting a Red Rising. It's like, you know.
Yeah, you woun't go into that book series expecting that.
I know, but like you've recently been like in that world. Yeah. And so it would be a very big transition, I think. Okay. Anyway, I love them all. This one's the best one so far, I think.
Now you've only got 25 to go.
Yeah, I think there's like 14 of them. I heard it gets really like tough after this one. So really? For like a couple.
Because Sanderson,
I might take a break, but I'm also like, do I just push through the bad ones?
Well, we've talked about this repeatedly, but like Sanderson finished them, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he finished the last 3 or something.
Yeah, I mean, they would be tough ones to read for me, like especially young Sanderson.
I've heard they're good.
Okay,
but also that's from like Sanderson fanboys. So
I mean, friend of the show Kyle, he is a Sanderson fanboy.
In RA, to be fair, as well.
What are the Fanderson boy? Fanderson. He's a Fanderson. That's exactly.
Sounds really, really lame.
So you recommend book 3? I mean,
I would highly recommend.
You're really digging into this whole, back catalog here. Like, there's a lot to get through, but you're really enjoying it at this point. I mean,
I keep buying them and I keep reading them. Yeah, you do. I do enjoy them. Yeah, there's a bit of like Tolkien-esque to it. Like it's clearly heavily inspired by Tolkien, and it takes me back to like that story at times, and that's nostalgic. I do like it. So. The first 3 were published, within like 2 years of each other.
Jesus.
Yeah. All of these, he pretty much did really well, like every year.
Big books as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jesus.
they are.
So interestingly, I was reading a thing about best practices for releasing a book. And people often say to have 1, 2, maybe even 3 written before releasing the first one, because you want to capitalize on momentum. You don't want to have released your first book, people love it, then have to wait 3 to 4 years for the next one.
A lot of people are doing that, and also it just helps you plan out the story a bit. Like I'm sure,
but that's if it's going to be more like
even a trilogy though. I'm sure there's things where you're like, no, like if you I could have edited it a bit here, and then it like flows through the foreshadowing.
If you're writing The Hobbit, you're not thinking you're going to go and write 3 more Lord of the Rings books. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's interesting. It's an interesting concept, like having that second one lined up. I tell you the thing we did that I don't think I'm going to recommend this, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway.
Okay, cool.
So we went to cinema, and the partner, interestingly, wanted to watch The House Handmade, whatever it's called. Yeah. She wanted to watch that. And I was like, well, let's look and see what else is out before we commit to this.
Yeah.
I was subtly massaging the situation. I was like, I don't want to see that film. I didn't realize.
I knew from our conversation with you when I told you one of the highlights of seeing it. Well, and you still wanted to see. What did you want to see? You said you'd rather see
Wuthering Heights.
No. Was it
Monty Supreme?
No, you said you'd rather see the fucking one with Jared Leto where he's a vampire.
No,
you said I'd rather go see that in theaters than.
Wow, maybe I was having a bad day.
You must have been.
Morbius.
Yeah,
Morbius. That's a bad film. I didn't realize there was going to be. So I got mixed reviews. Yeah. Some were telling me that there's a lot of Sydney Sweeney in it, and some people were saying there was less Sydney Sweeney in it.
There's quite a bit of Sydney Sweeney.
I wasn't sure how much Sydney Sweeney was going to be in this film.
I mean, like, she's the main character.
Yeah, but I mean, how much of her?
She's the main character.
Right. So I was conflicted. So I sort of said to the partner, I was like, hey, what else is out? So she was flicking through, and she decided she'd seen a lot of ads for this Crime 101. Have you heard about that film? It's been in cinemas for a little while.
Crime 101.
It is helmed by Chris Helmsworth.
Helmed by like leading man, or helmed by like
he's the leading
directing?
man in it.
Okay.
He's the main star, the main draw.
Okay.
But there are other main draws in it too. So Halle Berry's in it. There is also a Mark Ruffalo in it. It's a pretty.
He bugs me, dude.
Cast. I have this thing about Mark Ruffalo, right? So
I'm over him.
Me too. But I love what he's going for. He has just found a niche in cinema, which is I just want to be overweight, scraggly, with a beard, and just a washed up whatever policeman, FBI.
He plays a policeman in this. I have seen previews.
He's the washed up one, and he's just like, he just rocks up, doesn't shave, and he's ready to go. Yeah. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's what I want to do.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah, right.
He used to be like a draw, and he's not really.
I don't think he is anymore. Well, okay, so this film, flat out, it's boring. It's boring. It thinks it's heat. It's long.
Crime 101 sounds boring.
It's
a boring title.
Yeah. Well, I think the stars
a bit more evocative.
But Heat's not exactly like what is like that could be anything.
Heat sounds like Heat's an amazing title because Heat implies like you
got the heat on you.
Yeah, and it's like a one word, and it's just like spicy take. Like Heat. Crime 101 sounds like a class that I take as an undergrad because I need to fill my third unit for like spring quarter.
It does. It absolutely does.
And I'm like, it's like the fundamentals of like crime reporting.
The way I saw it was they're confident enough in it that they think they're going to get a crime 201 and a 301. You know what I mean? I thought they were confident enough that they were going to expand this as a series. Anyway, it's fucking boring. It thinks it's Heat. It's not Heat. So you know how Heat, it's the dynamic between, we've talked about it in the podcast. Go back and listen to our audio episode on Heat. It's a lot of fun.
Lots of rumors about Heat too.
Yeah.
Lots of interesting rumors.
I think it's coming. but it's Pacino versus De Niro. They're the same. They're the same, just different sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
There's all of that. Whereas this is just Chris Hemsworth, who doesn't say a lot. He's mildly autistic as his character.
How could he? He can't play autistic,
dude. I don't understand. I don't understand. And like, so there's
Did he play it? Did he do well?
It's more that
Did you believe he was autistic?
No,
Yeah.
I'm layering over my own perception of this here. He played a character who isn't very good in social situations. He doesn't make a lot of eye contact.
Okay,
and he doesn't.
Sounds autistic.
And that's my expectation of what I was seeing on the screen. And somehow he gets this gorgeous woman to fall for him.
I mean,
where there's a million red flags. She's like, I mean, and this is the perfect.
Still looks like Chris Hemsworth,
right? This is the perfect,
fairly believable,
like showcase of this person would go for a dude regardless of all the red flags, just because he looks like Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, there you go.
Just because he's tall and blonde and blue eyes.
Strong,
like it's bad.
Strong jawline.
It's a bad look for her. I'm not
Aussie accent.
He has a very indistinguishable accent in this film. It pretends to be American, but it's not. It's like Kevin Costner in
God, he also bugs me.
Prince of Thieves. Can't quite nail an accent down.
Yeah.
It is bad. It's not okay. It's not bad. It looks all right.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell some of the sets are real.
Mm-hmm.
It's just boring. There is no the main characters. So Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo. So Hemsworth. The concept is Hemsworth is this character, this guy who is methodical. He is a bit like The Killer, which we watched recently and talked about briefly. Everything is done in a specific way, so that no one will ever recognize him. They can never catch him. It's interesting.
Okay.
And there is this cop who is tracking these robbings of like jewelry stores and stuff, and realizes there's a pattern.
Yeah.
No one believes him. So like they're polar opposites of this. So
he teaches a class called Crime 101 to inspire.
Look, I'm not gonna. It's boring. Another guy does one of these crimes in his Chris Hemsworth's place, and fucks it royally. Goes wild. It's Barry Keoghan.
Oh yeah.
Who's actually who's a bit like manic in this, and I kind of like that.
He's manic in
kind of like that. Yeah, he is a bit. I like that energy, but Ruffalo and Hemsworth meet at the very end, and you feel like it's supposed to be this Heat-esque moment.
Yeah,
where they're sitting across from the coffee table from each other and having the conversation, and saying, "I'm going to catch you eventually, and I'm probably going to kill you." And it's just not that interesting.
It just falls flat.
It's just not that interesting. Yeah. There's not a thing to it that makes me go and watch this.
Got it.
It's dull. Can't recommend that, unfortunately, guys. If you like Chris Hemsworth, though, lots of red flags.
I mean, there's plenty of movies you can watch if you like Chris Hemsworth, so maybe skip this one. Anything else? I mean, I started Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, great film.
Seen it a million times.
We need to talk about that one day.
Can't wait to watch it
one day. We need to talk about that.
Because it's just like a fucking well-written film.
You could come on No Country and talk about that.
I would love to.
They've been talking about that,
but that's pretty recent. Is that nostalgic enough for
it's nostalgic enough for me. It's like 2001 or something. Dude, that's 25 years ago.
Is it 2001?
I think so. Quick search it. Guys, if there's any movies or news or anything you want to share with us, or memes, we love when you share us memes, send us them over. Send us over memes of Dre's face in grey saying, "I will remember you." We would love it. Please do.
Yeah, pick my eulogy photo.
You can find us at Podcast Assemble or thepodcastassemble@gmail.com. You can also find us on our website, www.podcastassemble.com.
2003.
2003. I was close. I was very close. That's 23 years ago.
I get it. I just think of nostalgia as like 90s, but it's fair. It's
true.
On the cusp.
That's true. DL?
Yes.
So to perhaps our main topic?
It's the main topic theme.
Yeah, this week we watched Project Hail Mary, adapted film from the book by the same name.
Andy Weir.
Andy Weir, the writer of
You read any of his
The
books?
Martian. No, but Audible really wants me to. It's just like, fucking read this fucker.
Like, every time I go on Amazon, fuck yeah. Every time it's like, you want this book.
Yeah, it's like, you will love this. And I'm like refusing out of spite at this point.
It's aggressive.
Yeah, and I've seen the movies, so it's like it's hard.
I don't think I need to read at this point. Do you have a stupid plot summary?
I do. Gosling gets marijuana-induced short-term memory loss and befriends a rock.
Mine's not so dissimilar. I thought you were going to say exactly the same as mine for a second. I was imagine the one time we're in a room together, we have the exact same stupid plot summary. Ryan Gosling gets his rocks off in space.
Gosling gets his rocks off, yeah. I mean, do you think he did at some point?
With the rock?
Probably. Not with the rock. At some point,
That would be a grindy mess.
Ow! No, I meant like before he met The Rock. In that period where he was like feeling really sorry for himself.
I'm bound to.
Had to.
I mean, you have to get endorphins somehow.
Had to, right?
I mean, he's sitting in that room for a long time.
I wonder how it works in space. Anyway,
we are gonna do non-spoilers and then spoilers. Starting off, this is from Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, who you would know from the Lego Movie, Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse. Two fantastic directors,
producers and writers on that,
right?
Yeah,
who have just incredible visions for movies. You mentioned, did you see The Martian in the movie?
I did, yeah, with Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Yes,
you can see there's a few bits of that come across. So this is obviously Ryan Gosling, who was apparently the only person in the frame to be this character.
There was never any doubt.
Him from the beginning. I feel like they would have shopped it around, but he's the one they wanted.
We were having a little hypothetical after watching. I saw it in IMAX, by the way. What's the difference? Who knows?
Let's get to that. Oh, it looks good in IMAX.
I mean, it looked good, but I didn't notice that much of a difference.
Okay,
to be honest.
It's just bigger.
Yeah. Who are other people you would think that they would have looked at for this role?
Let's talk about why first. We'll get to that in a second. But also, that name of this character is awful. He's called Ryland Grace. Awful name. I don't know about you. I was just like, what is this about?
I forgot about the name. I just remember seeing Grace on his badge the whole time.
Yes, he is Grace.
I didn't know it was Ryland.
Sandra Hüller is Eva Stratt, who we're going to talk about, who is phenomenal in this. Yeah. James Ortiz was Rocky. Carl was one of my favorite people in this. Lionel Boyce, what a performance! Yeah, he was just like the bodyguard guy. Yeah. And there's a few other people to talk to. For example, Ken Leung was in this, who a lot of people would know as Jung Tao from Rush Hour, but is in.
That is where I couldn't place it. That was what I was thinking.
Right.
God, that's hilarious.
He's also in a new show called Industry, which is bringing back a favorite of the show, which is I watched the thing over my partner's shoulder while she's watching it. And eventually watched it with her, and it is so intense. It's fucking nuts. If you've not watched Industry, go check it out.
I have not.
It's wild. So I do have a segment to bring back that we occasionally do, and I never forget to do it. Yes. I never forget.
Never when there's an option.
But we are absolutely going to talk about it this week. We're bringing back Juicy IMDb picture, DL.
Perfect.
Are you excited?
I am.
It's been a while.
It has been.
It's been a while since we've been in the room together.
Can't wait.
So do you remember our current IMDb Goofy IMDb picture champion, who is Hurley Paul, who you will remember from Weapons as Frantic Parent? Now, you described Hurley Paul as John Cena.
Yes, I do recall.
On a porn shoot.
Yes, I do recall.
Peacemaker on a porn shoot.
Yeah, he's basically wearing a suit.
He is.
Yeah,
we'll put him on the screen here. Yeah, he's right here somewhere on the screen. Peacemaker on a porn shoot. And this week we have a real challenger, DL.
Yeah.
Now, can you describe to our beautiful listeners and watchers Eunice Huthart?
I mean, Eunice is in what I can only assume is like either a Power Ranger or...
No, she was in Gladiators in the UK.
Okay, there you go. Gladiators. I know what it is. Yeah, I know what it is. That makes sense. Oh, I was going to say, or a jazzercise class. But no.
He's in that movie with John Travolta where he's grinding... You know that movie?
She wrestles him?
No, he's doing like...
Looks like she's about to do a wrestle.
She's about to do a wrestle. She's about to get a big earbud and knock someone off a tall
I'm
thing.
Scared and Rouse. I don't know.
Somehow at the same time.
Yeah,
that's a great haircut, by the way.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's...
She looks significantly worse in a picture with Angelina.
I was going to say, how is she so much older here?
Like way
when it
worse.
Looks like she should be younger. But anyway...
What's the vibe of the picture?
The vibe is like, sign me up for Power Rangers or American Gladiators.
It's
like
super 80s.
It's exactly 80s. What I said. Yeah. And also, she's happy and excited about this fight, a bit of a smile on her face.
To kick the shit out of you.
Yeah.
She really is.
Yeah. Punch me in the face.
So what do you reckon? Do we have remember our current champion is Hurley Paul.
What has she been in though?
She's actually a stunt person. She has a ton
okay,
of
then this is fair.
Her. I don't know, man. Like, why would you have that picture from fucking Gladiator?
But isn't this what you're going for? Like, I'm sporty, I'm stunty.
I feel like
I'm an American Gladiator.
I feel like her. She's not an American Gladiator. She's a British Gladiator.
Whatever, same.
I'd love to know what her British Gladiator name was. She must have.
She's a Liverpool
pictures.
girl. I can't do the accent. What to do it for me?
Fucking Scouse lads. Got to talk like that, ain't you?
Ain't you? Yeah.
Ain't you, lad? Fucking hell. Hang on, let's just quickly look what is on her other fucking IMDb things. What's it called? Eunice, right? How the fuck you called Eunice from Liverpool? What is it? Eunice what?
I think she got made fun of.
Oh my god, she almost did. All right, let me go through these quickly for you. So her, she would have definitely been able to get a better picture from any of these films. Tomb Raider, the Lara Croft story with that's probably where her Angelina Jolie pitch came from. 28 days later, we talked about 28 years later recently. Wanted. She's clearly an Angelina Jolie stunt person. She's in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. She's obviously in this. She's in Cravon the Hunter, which we never talked about.
Missed that.
She's in True Detective somehow.
As an actor or as a stunt person?
She's a stunt person in all of this.
Yeah, then this...
The Flash, The Eternals.
Look, to me, this
Get
is
me a
fair.
picture of you doing stunts.
That's actually also fair.
You do get a stunt picture or be like in one of the costumes.
All right, fine. She wins. You've convinced me.
I don't want to pressure you into this.
No, but this is...
I don't
I don't know why
you.
I'm the arbiter. You should
That's
have
true.
a choice sometimes.
That's true.
Oh, sorry, there's a bit of a waterfall there.
That's what happens when we're together.
Love it.
I actually really like this one. I like Hurley Paul.
Hurley Paul's been around for too long.
He's
Just because he wore a suit.
And I don't think it's that good a picture either. I never thought it was that good in the first place. I've been trying to get you away from Hurley, but you just seem to gravitate back to the guy.
Something about Peacemaker. Yeah,
Peacemaker on a porn shoot.
He's getting a bit of a like aura from Peacemaker.
How about this? Rock, paper, scissors for the winner. We can do it. We're in the same room. Right. So 1, 2, 3, then
what's
shoot.
the English way?
1, 2, 3, shoot.
So rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Cool. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yes.
All right,
Scissors wins.
You can have an each.
Clearly for her. It is
Hundred.
You only get that from Podcast Assemble, guys. That won't happen on any of your other favorite podcasts. DL, tell me the TLDR for this. What happens in this film? That really fucked my brain when I said TLDR.
Yeah, you fucked me up too. Like does not compute.
Error.
There's a big thing that happens whereby
a big spacey thing.
Something's eating the sun.
Yeah.
They find out it's not. Yeah. If you would like to know, it's a spacefaring microbe.
I'm glad you let me know.
It absorbs stellar energy directly from the stars, stores that energy with extreme efficiency, but is a biological life form that's like consuming the sun. This is a bit of a problem. So as much as we talk about global warming, global cooling is a bit scarier.
It would freeze the Earth.
Yeah. And this is not the only star that's affected. They find out all stars minus one, which is like, by the way, surely there'd be more than one, but anyway,
you would think that.
Are affected. And so this is a project following the Hail Mary attempt to figure out what's going on in that one star so that they can save Earth from basically mass starvation because of cold.
Yeah. Eventual eating itself, effectively.
Yes, and Ryan Gosling plays the
goose
titular Dr. Grace, Mr. Grace.
Saying titular. That is not in the title of this film.
I didn't say anything about
you
the title.
You just said titular.
The titular.
Yeah, the title of you did this before.
He's playing the titular. He's playing the titular.
He's playing the lead character in this film.
The titular character.
That's not. He's playing the titular Project Hail Mary. That's his name. Mr. Project Hail Mary. That's
he plays like Dr. Grace. He's like a teacher who gets thrust into like this special ops project to save the Earth.
The last chance, human's last chance to save the world effectively by something that doesn't really.
And
work
I don't
with
think
physics,
it's a spoiler to say that he ends up on this trip.
No, I mean it's in the trailer. Yeah, I mean he meets a big rock. You've seen that in the trailer, which I thought was a spoiler. Which I thought was a spoiler, but apparently it's not. They put it in the very first trailer.
It is a spoiler.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen until halfway through the film.
But I think it happens earlier than that. But it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it because what I want to ask you before we do is if you could replace every character in this with Muppets but keep one human character, which do you keep? I think The Rock would be a fun. Do
you count The Rock as a human?
He is a.
He could be a human.
A character.
If you should so select. God, it's already goofy enough if Ryan Gosling is.
I think he's too goofy when you talk about it.
There's not that many.
I genuinely
characters.
think Sandra Hüller.
Yeah, I thought
with
you were
all
gonna
this
say
weird
that.
shit happening around her would be great.
I guess like she'd be funny because she's so serious. And they'd be
exactly.
Muppets. Just
but then
like,
a serious Muppet would be fun. You could make a serious.
I think that could be funnier.
Yeah,
but then like it's not. If you do that, it's got to be Gosling that stays as human.
That's true. Well, there aren't many other
exactly
consistent human characters.
Yeah, so I would take either, to be honest.
Yeah,
different vibes.
Yeah, okay.
But if you did her as a serious character talking to these Muppets, being all serious, you'd be like, how could she remain so like cool, calm, and collected? But
I loved her in this. She was phenomenal. I think that's probably the best one.
And like, does it add value if Gosling is a Muppet talking to a rock?
Well, I think he's already a bit of a Muppet in this. We'll get into, but did you like this film?
I liked it.
Yeah,
it was enjoyable. I think you liked it more than me.
I surprisingly really okay, right, let me just preface this. So I really like this film. The reason I said surprisingly is because I think watching the trailers, and I try not to watch trailers. You know this about me. Like I will watch the first one, and if I like the look of it, I try and go and see it. But this was like everywhere. Yeah. It was before every film I've seen for the last like 3 months.
Amazon clearly put a big push into
it. It was playing in my gym. You know something's getting a real push when it's in the fucking gym, right? And I was like, I'd seen a lot, what I felt was a lot of it. And a lot of it is just Ryan Gosling being goofling. Yeah. Ryan Goofling? Is that a thing? Can I make a bit out of this?
You can try.
Ryan Goofling. Yeah. And I was like, oh, he's just doing that again. So when the film started, and it was this sort of introspective, like emotionally charged take on what would happen, or like how humanity would react to this thing happening, and there were kids getting scared, and then you all the way up to like this sort of, you know, whatever she was, CIA director, whatever Sandra Hüller's character was, getting scared. I was like, holy shit, it really got me. And something about the way it made me feel, we're gonna talk about it, I was like, it got me. Yeah. It got me in a way that I can't even really explain to you. It just made me feel things. I had like an existential crisis. So when I was sitting there, so this film, it's
I hope I laugh at your
right. Existential crisis. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that.
Your crises.
This film is in two halves, and it's non-sequentially. The story is non-sequentially told. So yeah. It's like they're jumping.
You're getting
back and forth
flashbacks from like
between two stories. And I felt so one story set on Earth before the Hail Mary goes off in space, and it's the build up to that and the training of the astronauts, etc. Effectively, yeah. And there's one when they're in space, and it's Ryan Gosling being a goose,
and he has amnesia from being in a coma,
which is the thing I didn't know was going to happen.
So you really you're seeing, like, it's kind of implied that as you're seeing things, he's remembering them.
Yes, and the more time I spent with the Earth story, yeah, the deeper I got into this film, because there's quite a lot of it at the beginning where they're sort of introducing you to him and his plight, and there's just flashes to the you know, he meets a rock and whatever. But I was like, this, it really got me. Yeah. I started to think about like, and I don't think it's a spoiler. Hula makes a comment, something like, she says something like, in 10 years, 25% of the Earth's population will have gone, and I'm being optimistic because we all know that the rich will hoard.
That's if we ration right.
The rich will hoard all the rations,
and the countries will battle,
and people will eat themselves. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit! Something about that sentiment, and it just being so starkly told by this fucking German person who literally had no emotion behind saying it.
I don't know what she's German.
I was like, holy hell! Like that's and that really bluntness of saying it got me. Yeah, and put me into this mode where I was like, okay, like, I know that other story's goofy, but I'm behind him, maybe having to contextualize this and use humor to cover up whatever he's trying to deal with. Yeah. You know?
And also, I think there's like a part of him where he doesn't actually remember that at the start.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, he doesn't even remember why he's there. Yeah. So like you can kind of...
And that's a big plot part of the story as well. Yeah. Which I find really interesting. And I kind of liked how that developed.
I did too. I thought it's a really fun concept. Not fun, but like the idea that like... They're like, he's crisis. In this like extreme position at first, and he doesn't even realize that he's in it, and he's trying to figure it out. And then you know, like, you're learning pretty quick. Like, you can already infer like why he's there, even though he doesn't, as a character you're following in the present. No,
but there is a big, and we're going to talk about this when we get to spoilers. There's a big twist at the end, which I found
very good twist,
really good. And so one of the problems I had with this, and I kind of hinted at it before, was I felt like it was going to be nothing new. It felt tropey just from the trailers, right? It felt tropey. It felt like it wasn't offering anything which was going to change my view of these types of films. And then when you get to that twist at the end, you know, it really changed my perspective again on this film. I started with like, oh my God, this is existential crisis mode. Yeah. I then was, you know, like, okay, now we get to the tropey bit, fine. And then you hit that end point, and I was like, oh, you got me again. You got me real good, film. Yeah. So I really like that. I guess the core of this, though, the core of the film, in general, it's an odd couple story.
It is for about, I would say, like the
entire space part.
Yeah, like more than half, maybe 60%.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what it reminded me of at the start? It reminded me of that movie Sunshine we watched.
Yeah.
And then it like quickly, where that movie pivots into like a knife horror movie, this pivots into like a buddy film.
But I guess you could say like an Odd Couple movie, like,
which by the way we did Sunshine. Way back in the day. Yeah. It's a really good sci-fi movie.
The Hula and Goofling relationship, that's kind of an odd couple as well. Like she's trying to convince him to come and save the planet.
I couldn't tell if I liked their relationship or not.
I loved it.
I couldn't tell if it bugged me, like how opposite they were.
Well, we're gonna talk. Yeah. There's a thing about that I want to talk about in spoilers.
Like, were they trying to make it sexual chemistry? I could not tell.
I don't think so. I think it was just natural.
I think just like,
could you not have that with Ryan Gosling?
I think it's just a natural. It just happens.
I feel like this is two movies. Kind of
it does feel like two movies. It feels like a first half and a second half. And I think part of that is how goofy he plays it.
Yeah, agreed.
And how goofy The Rock just is.
Dwayne Johnson.
Not the Pebble. The actual Rock. The literal talking Rock.
Rocky is an alien that he meets in space. And this gets back to your original question, right? Like, so it's almost tonally very different between what you have in space, which is this big, wild, colorful adventure, and then what's on Earth, which is kind of gray and kind of sterile. I feel like it's like Arrival and Guardians of the Galaxy mushed together.
Kind of, but
does that make sense?
With less colors,
not quite as
with less colors,
not as enthusiastically done as those two movies are. But like that's kind of the vibe I get from
the
both.
Beginning of it was very Arrival-y tone,
right? Yeah. So, let's go back to your original question then. If we were gonna change out Gosling to make it a slightly less goofy film, you want someone who can do the humor, right? Like you want someone who can do those moments because he's clearly dealing with some shit.
Yeah.
Who do you put in instead of him? Because I don't think there's a lot of actors who can do that.
I think there's there's definitely people that can play a little bit more serious than him and also still be funny. And I think that's a bit what was missing. Yeah. Although like there's moments, and this is, I can't talk to some of it because it's like a spoiler, but there are definitely moments that make it more serious again.
Agreed.
And I don't want to discredit that, but he is just like in the goofy moments, so goofy with The Rock. Together, they're both like goofy.
Agreed.
Where I'm like, if there was someone who was more traditionally serious that The Rock helped make goofy, it might be a better dynamic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like where they're like
opened him up a little bit.
Yeah, opened him up and made him a bit goofier. But I don't know. I think Chris Evans might have been
Chris Evans is good. What about like a Michael B. Jordan?
No.
Too sexy?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think he's almost too serious.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm just looking back to the
But he could do it, but
I'm just looking back to a list of films we've talked about in this podcast. So Wuthering Heights, Jacob Elordi, probably not. They need to be a little older because he's a high school teacher who's been
he's a good he did a good job.
He does a great job, and I'm not so Marty Supreme, obviously Timothée Chalamet, probably a bit young. What have I done recently? So what's
Driver?
Hangman from The Running Man, what's his name? Why do we always forget his name?
It's
terrible.
Glenn Powell. I'd rather, if you're going to go him, I'd rather go Gosling. I would say like we talked about Leo's too. I don't think Leo
too smug for this.
Yeah, I don't think he could do this movie. No. I was just about to say someone and I forgot.
What about Pedro Pascal? I think he could do this really well.
Movie. Yeah, he could do this movie.
He's a good
But he's been everywhere. He needs to take a break.
Oh, 100%.
I just had someone and I forgot. You got me.
I got you real good.
Yeah. Adam Driver.
Oh yeah,
I think he could kill this.
That would be
I think he could kill this.
I'm not sure about the comedy bits.
I think because he's less goofy comedy, it would be more like flat, like slapstick, like
super
getting
dry.
The smile out of him
dry,
would be like better. Ooh. I think also
I like that.
You were talking about the other day, the guy in Lobster, the guy in Bruges. I can't Colin Farrell. But we agreed he doesn't do space. He doesn't name a space movie that he's in.
There isn't one.
He doesn't do space.
He is an alien in that show.
There's a clause
we talked about.
But he's not in space. There's a clause in his contract. No space.
I reckon there's a no space clause. Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you think there's a no space clause in Colin Farrell's contracts. I like that. I think we should. What was one we just agreed on? Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal and Adam Driver, I think, are two good picks.
Great. Like, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with Gosling's performance.
I don't want to say there's nothing wrong.
Sorry, Goofy.
He like there's something about his comedy that like I've noticed since Barbie, where it's like he's almost aware that he's being goofy as the actor doing something that might not need to be goofy.
Agreed.
And that takes me out. Like that makes me think it's him, not the character.
100%
and it takes me out of the performance sometimes.
100%.
Still enjoyable because he's clearly like a fun guy.
He's a phenomenal actor.
Fun guy.
But it's like
he lives in London, by the way.
Does he?
Yeah,
Near
in
you?
Hampstead.
Next to you?
Saw him the other day.
Oh, did you?
No, I didn't.
Did you high five him?
I would have.
Would you?
I wish I could have.
Would you have asked him to stop being so goofy in movies?
I would have
Say, stop
said.
being
I would
Ryan
have said.
Goofling.
I would have said you're moving from
You're a great
Gosling
actor.
to Goofling.
Stop it. Stop it.
You know, maybe somewhere in the between would be better, Goosling.
The flip side of that is, though, like, this could have been a really depressing movie.
Yes.
Like, if it was just, and don't get me wrong, like, I
actually wanted it to be more
I would
depressing.
have been way down for it.
I was down for a different ending. There was but I think I'm fucked up, dude.
Me too.
I always want like people to die.
Every time we talk about these films, we're like, they should have died. More people should have died. I think
I'm an asshole. Yeah.
But like, I feel like there is a version of this movie that is too depressing.
For sure.
Like, imagine if The Rock was just a serious space organism. You'd be like, this is a bit weird. You'd have to have humor in your life at that point, because, like, fuck, imagine being an alien. You'd be like, this is weird. No?
Yeah. No, for sure. The Rocky is like such an interesting concept, because like I just don't understand how he works.
Well, you're not supposed to. That's kind of the point.
I guess that is the point.
I guess the point of it is that like all of this is outside of his comprehension. He's got to like find ways to like comprehend what's going on.
It's a cool idea.
His limited view
of like a human being.
I guess the thing that really annoyed me about that Rocky character, and it's not necessarily him, it's that they just algorithmed a voice for him within like 10 minutes.
The annoying part is like it should have been harder, A, and B, if it's not, you should explain why it's not.
Right.
Which like you actually could explain. Like right now, we're doing crazy studies where we think we're understanding dolphin communication because we now have LLMs and they can like take in that pattern and interface with like patterns and speech with like matrices. So that's like what I know about LLMs. You can go into the deep black box. I don't know.
I'm happy. I'm good.
But point being, if you can do that now, you can very easily like throw a line or two in to extrapolate how that could be easy. But they're just like, he just goes bleep, 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 bleep. And it's just like,
he's going like, woo. And you're like, how then are you making that noise? Which, by the way, and the thing that annoyed me about it was like, when he says like his name, he's like, woo, blah, 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 or whatever he does, that weird fucking noise. That's like a 4-minute thing. And then, but like when he's doing it in conversation, it's just like Rocky. He doesn't make the full noise. And I'm like, did he find a way to reduce the length of time it takes to say his own name?
Yeah, I think you're too into it. I think we're
that was just the thing that frustrated me a little bit about this film.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a thing that we don't talk about often that really got me in this, and actually really got me in Wuthering Heights, which we didn't talk about and we really should have done, is I really like the costuming in this. As weird as that sounds, it had a 2001: A Space Odyssey vibe when they're in space. He was like,
I really liked his cardigan
teacher. Exactly.
But he wore it all the time. Every scene on Earth, he was in the cardigan. I was like, come on, you give him another shirt.
Give him anything. I like the yellow jacket she wore. That was one of the. But he had this thing where he'd wear his glasses kind of like this as well all the time as well. I'm like, that's not comfortable.
Not only is
they're gonna fall off.
Not only is it not comfortable, like he never had his glasses on. They were always below his eye level.
He was
hanging off.
He was looking like this all the time.
I was like, these are just to make him look a bit smarter.
You don't need well, actually, that is a piece of trivia. His daughter apparently thought he looked smarter with the glasses.
Yeah,
so he went with the glasses. Yeah, I guess what worked for me in this though, as a total, like on the surface, it felt like it was going to be a cliche, right? It was the what would you do for the person you love the most trope.
Yes.
And it masterfully, I'm going to say it, it flips that. And I know we're sort of edging towards spoilers a little bit, but like the way it ambiguously built these stories to a crescendo,
yes,
which that like completely flipped what I expected any of this to be.
Yeah,
completely flipped it. I was like, awesome. It just and it made that first half of the movie where it was dim and depressing, and he was, having to find a reason to do these things so much more interesting.
Yeah, it was good. Look, overall, it was good. I think I've just kind of like figured out just now as you were saying that what might have made it better, or what maybe part of me,
an
like
actual goose.
What part? Yeah, a real goose is the main character. That's a new thing we can do. A new bit.
Ryan Gosling as a goose.
I think there's like this element to the story that like is trying to get you to believe like this is a guy that like has always isolated and separated himself through his beliefs
for reasons,
and like doesn't have anyone else.
Yeah, agreed.
In his life, has kind of basically is like ridiculed for like some beliefs that he had that he thought were very, very extreme that actually were like partially validated by this event and then partially invalidated. And I just never get the feeling from Gosling that he's this like isolated person that's a product of like, being too being too aggressive
Too
or
sexy.
too no, but you know what I mean, like being I don't get the feeling this is like some isolated guy without a bunch of societal connections and support systems.
I mean, he's a teacher. He sees people all the time.
And not only is a teacher, like, but they also try to indicate that he's like estranged from the communities and scientifically, and he doesn't have anything to live for outside of himself and what he does. Like, and I just don't get the feeling that his personality throughout is like a very sociable person who many people would want to be around. I don't get that vibe from him, and that's that's part of the big theme. Is
even when he's like sitting at the bar on his own, you're like, people would go and say hi.
This is like the character growth for his character, which we can't really touch on fully now, but like is that he begins to kind of live for more.
Yeah, totally.
And I just like part of that is missed on me because like I think he already like kind of was that person to a degree.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he had that before he had this ridicule and whatnot, and maybe it made him a bit more insular. But like again,
insular is the word.
You
like,
don't feel like
they're like trying to make him seem like he's insular, and like I just don't believe it. Like
if you want to make a character insular and stop him going out and being an outgoing person, don't make him a fucking teacher. They got to be in front of kids all day. They got to be like,
or make him a different kind of teacher. He was like a really like he seems like a teacher that is high EQ,
really happy,
like
fun, playing with the kids. Like, no, he's not playing with the kids.
Yikes!
He is playing games that the kids enjoy.
Yes,
allegedly.
Okay.
Wow, that really killed the conversation.
You know what I mean, though? Like, and
totally.
we'll talk about it more like with spoilers because there's some stuff.
Yeah, totally. What do you think of the cinematography?
It's cool. I like the.
I really like
design.
The space stuff.
Yeah, space stuff was cool.
The alien ship was cool.
Alien ship was super
cool. The rock
cool.
ship.
Not really like cinematography. That's more like I guess
that's kind of world building.
Design of character and like art design. But
I was a little like, one thing that kind of took me out of it was a bit like they had to move at whatever it is, 100 times the speed of light or whatever, and then they just kind of fixed it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like they've got the best minds in the world, whatever, and they found this material that can potentially do that, but they just fixed it immediately.
I mean, I didn't really. There's a lot of yada-yadaing in this.
There is so much yada, especially in the science parts.
Like where I'm like, going 100 times the speed of light. The problem isn't the fact that we're going that fast, although that might be the problem as well. Yeah. Isn't that going to kill you?
Right.
Like, isn't that the point? Like, we can't
physically
handle that.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Astrophysicists, let me know.
Let us know in the comments. Are we
idiots?
Probably.
Pod, yeah.
I mean, yeah, absolutely we are. I think one thing I wanted to call out was this is Sandra Hüller's first American film. I really like that about this. I thought she was a phenomenal performance. And one thing I got, this is IMDb trivia. All of my trivia is IMDb trivia, so it could be bullshit. But the German theatrical poster for this had her as top billing over the Goose. That's cool.
Makes sense, actually. I guess she's
she's a bigger draw.
If she's a big German,
why wouldn't you?
Actress, yeah.
A big German goose. He's a big American goose. Honk.
They could make little goose lines. It seems.
I mean, well, I don't know. Actually, not after this. I think the other thing to call out was, and I said this to you the other day, and I should have said this earlier. I think the problem I have with Gosling's performance is he does a comedic performance with dramatic elements.
Yeah.
But I feel like it should be a dramatic performance with comedic parts.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just think the balance is a bit wrong. And again, I loved this film. I like all the stuff on Earth. And when he's doing those dramatic Earth scenes, great. Even then, he managed to flick some humor in there just about.
Yeah, he's always like on the verge of trying to giggle.
Right.
It feels like.
I feel like he's that guy who's always trying to make you laugh for no reason, even when you're in an inappropriate situation.
Which is like okay too. Like that's
that's fine. That's a human trope. But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like he could be less annoying sometimes.
I think I've already like talked to it, so I don't want to belabor the point. But I think he just does it to do it sometimes, and I think you can tell.
Does do it.
Does it to do it.
What are your favorite themes of this film?
I think like tonally, it kind of has a big jump as we talked about.
Massive.
Like halfway through, it becomes like kind of less of a and maybe that's also because he's not tied to the Earth, and we don't really see the Earth like. We don't really see what's happening while he's gone. We just see it like not until the end.
We don't see any of it really.
Yeah, it's only like before he's left. But I think there's like a two-tone story, and that's okay. Like that's not like there's a lot of stories that are that way. And there's like enough drama in between when you meet Rocky and hear his backstory and like sadness that you're like,
I like that backstory.
You're still like kept like close to the reality of what's at stake. I really liked it. I think theme-wise, it's kind of like interesting. It's definitely like a little found family, a little like like finding what it is to be, finding your purpose, finding what it is to be like
human,
and what are you willing to sacrifice and why do you do it? It's like finding your bravery through finding what's worth sacrificing for, that kind of thing. But I don't know if you had any.
No, you literally nailed it. That's but I think it's not the films we've talked about recently, Wuthering Heights, Martyr Supreme, they're like bashing you over the head with 100 different tones and themes. And you're literally like, all right, I get it. There's a lot here. We talked about Wuthering Heights maybe having too many subplots. It does. This doesn't. It's two parallel stories that kind of mirror each other in a weird way, finding another person to find something in.
Yeah.
And then it's how it crescendos that I think really nails all those themes you were talking about, which is great. And I had a fantastic time with it. I really did. And I actually went to see this on my own, and I had to pay a lot because it was like gold class or whatever. And I was like, I was actually cool with it.
I paid a lot too. I paid like £22 for IMAX. Yeah.
I thought I was like 38.
Yeah.
But I also had to get Ubers there and back because my partner literally couldn't take me.
I walked.
Yeah, but all the way to Entertainment Quarter from here? Nah, I'm good. Yeah. It's like a 50-minute walk or something. Quickly then, 3 best and 3 worst. We talk 3 best and 3 worst. What we do is we say 3 reasons you might want to watch this film, non-spoilers, and 3 reasons why you might not want to watch it. We don't always make 3.
But, sometimes we can't get to 3. But this time I thought
that's fine.
The concept of something eating the sun.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
Is an intriguing one. Like it's a new way of like creating a cataclysm that like I hadn't really
different. Yeah, actually, I didn't think about that. That is kind of. I mean, it's been done. Like we talked about Sunshine a minute ago.
But I forget why the sun was doing that.
I don't really think they give you a reason in that.
It's just like dimming.
You're just at that point of the universe.
Yeah, we've just lived a while.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I didn't really remember hearing about it other than Sunshine, which I don't think a lot of people have seen. And then the structure and I think of the plot is like really well done.
Great.
Where it tees up like him forgetting and then him remembering and you learning as you remembered, and you're kind of always just ahead of his memory, meaning like you think you know what's happening next in the memory because they're like kind of hitting at it pretty hard before he's remembered it. So you can kind of there's a lot of like back and forth in the 2 timelines because of that.
Yeah.
And then I'd say just like the design and concept of the alien ship and the alien race was kind of unique,
so far ahead of us
and cool.
So far ahead of us.
Yeah, those rocks.
It's really interesting. Them rocks.
Them rocks.
Who don't exist because they can't, because they're not a carbon or a water-based life.
Yeah.
According to them. Yep, agree with all that.
Argon-based life or something? What did they say?
I thought argon was the air they breathe.
Yeah, something like that.
Regardless. For me, it was the thing you said about the 2 stories. I really liked the way they were the same but so different, and they sort of built together. I thought it was really fascinating. The way it made me feel, man. The way it made me feel. I like, honestly, I was sitting there, and that bit where she was like, the rich will hoard all of the resources and it'll be 50%. I was literally like, honestly, I was thinking like, I need to find a way to protect my partner in this scenario. How would I do that? You know what I mean? I was literally like, I was worried for her.
You were debating getting your Joe Rogan survival meal.
Truly, I was like, Dre's got that book that tells me how to survive an apocalypse. I need to borrow it from him.
Still haven't read it.
I was like, you won't. And the last one I had, and I can't believe we didn't talk about this because I have it in actual capitals in my notes, was the Harry Styles cover.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
The best part of the whole fucking movie.
When the serious lady does like the whole
"Stop you crying, baby, it's a sign of the times."
They're doing like karaoke, and like the serious Dutch lady like has not done any, like obviously
so
not
good.
And they have a chat outside, and
it's like kind of flirtatious.
But I can't tell what they were trying to do that or not.
It's great.
But there was definitely some chemistry or something going on. And she's like, actually, he's like, not much of a singer. She's like, actually, I did German choir when I was like 12, and then like comes in and just drops.
Well, it's a pivotal moment for him because he's at his lowest at that point, and she it's her way of reaching out to him and bringing him back into the fold almost, and it's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this film, watch it just for that, and if we can find a bit of that, put it right here, Ava. We'd love that. What about worse?
I think Ryan plays it too goofy sometimes.
Got that too.
It gets a bit like tongue-in-cheek, yada yada, with like some of the science fiction stuff.
Too.
And I'm sure in the book, it's probably I should have looked up like bigger differences between the book and the movie, but I'm sure in the book they like explain things a bit better.
Even the tech stuff, just a little bit.
Yeah, there's just a lot of like, okay, well, I guess I got to accept that.
I guess that was my other one. Mine is just we talked about it a second ago, the algorithmed Rocky voice.
Yeah.
like they yarded it, and it happened within like 15 minutes, and he's got a whole language for this thing, and I'm like, dude, really?
I guess like part of that is like you've seen The Arrival, and you're
Yeah.
like that movie took a big like 30 to 45 minutes of them figuring out the language.
Yeah,
and you're like, yeah, that would be hard. And this movie, they
yeah, it's literally like 3 buttons.
Yeah.
Okay, then can you guess me the critical reception? What do you think IMDb is right now out of 10?
IMDb's a bit ruthless. I would say 7.8. That's like giving it. It's probably more 7.6. I'm gonna say 7.6.
8.5.
What?
Yeah, I was really shocked by that when I saw it. I was like,
8.5?
Yeah,
That's like a Game of Thrones episode,
right? It's like a Penguin episode. Okay, then.
That's crazy.
With that in mind,
96.
Rotten Tomatoes.
96.
It's 94.
Okay.
That is big numbers.
Yeah.
And finally, in Letterboxd, which is always 3.6, but never 3.6.
I mean, 4, which is hard for them.
4.4. Can you believe that?
That's
People love this film.
That's wild, man.
Maybe
It's not
maybe
that
haven't
good.
got the feels I got.
It's not that good.
Look,
it was entertaining.
We don't do rating systems like that here.
Yeah.
But if we did, I would have gone high.
Okay.
I mean, I'm like high.
I would have gone higher than I just guessed that IMDb would have done it. I would have probably gone 4.2, 8.2, 88, 92. Okay. That's where I would be. But I did not expect Metacritic to be 4.4.
Out of 10, like we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't do out of 10s on this podcast, and we will not start right now. What we do is we say, is this better or worse than the most average movie we know? Because the internet is binary.
Yes.
It is either a 1 or a 0. Is this better than Aquaman 2018?
I don't think I've seen a movie that's worse than Aquaman in a while. This is better.
This is way better.
Yeah, we've had a few like that.
We
need to watch something shit.
We were talking about Master Supreme being like contender for movie of the year.
Who, you and the mouse in your pocket?
Me and you. I was saying I think
I don't think it's my movie of the year.
It's up there. But this is up there.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be many other movies this year that are going to hit me this emotion.
Who won Best Actor, by the way? Did he win?
Who?
Did he get nominated?
No. He got nominated. He didn't win it though.
Who got it?
I can't remember now.
Oh.
Wasn't it Sinners? Wasn't it Michael B. Jordan?
That's kind of, I don't know. That's an Oscar performance.
Maybe it's a lifetime achievement. They do that a lot for this.
Yeah.
Though. He's been very good for very consistently for a while. Okay, quickly then. Shall we talk a bit of spoilers for this movie? And I think it's hard to talk about all this because a lot of the like core themes of this are tied into the
twist.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
The big twist at the end.
It's a pretty great twist.
It is a fantastic twist. And I think the main,
it's not like a crazy plot twist. It's just a twist. Like,
the main action beats of the story is with the Rocky and so there's two. There's one for the Rocky and the Grace story, and then there's one for the Earth story. So Rocky and Grace realize that there is a planet which is resistant to whatever this organism is, Tau Set A. All right, which is the MacGuffin of the film.
Yeah,
they go down to the planet. They get some.
They basically fish some microbes that are like acting as predators against the original microbe, controlling the population, and thus not like depleting some of what the sun's depletion rate or getting rid of it. I don't know.
And the goal of that is to send half it back to Rocky's planet and half it back to the Earth planet. The Earth planet, the Gosling's planet.
Yeah, the Gosling.
Why did I talk like
Earth?
That? To Earth.
And
they realize that because they've formulated this special version of it in Rocky's planet's whatever it is, the makeup of all our spaceship and stuff, he goes and thinks, okay, well, let's go and save that. Rocky ship's going to effectively disintegrate.
Well, they basically, I didn't really get it, and we should have probably Googled this before, but I'm pretty sure it's essentially because this thing's like so good at evolving.
Yes.
This predator. Either the predator or the actual astrophage is so good at evolving.
The astrophage.
It got like used to the ship, or it got used to the container it was in, and evolved the way to like get out of it.
Yep.
And because that was in Rocky's entire ship, there was like an idea that like
the ship was made of the same stuff.
It would like all of it would get out, and then maybe even like all his energy to like fly would get out because they're using the astrophage to actually like propel the ship.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, but net. Rocky's fucked.
Yeah.
And Ryan Gosling is like, we didn't even talk about it, but Rocky saves Gosling. Gosling's meant to be a one-way trip.
Yeah.
And we know this from the entire film because we're seeing the flashbacks.
And he lies to Rocky, and
he lies to Rocky the whole time. When he finally tells him, he's like, Rocky does the math and he's like, I can save you. It just means I'll get home like 3 years later or something.
Yeah, 6.
And it's some crazy amount of time later. And he agrees to do it to save
this
Gosling,
brand new friend.
And they have this great buddy, and they're both going to get home safe. And I was like, that's a bit fucking lame. But they both are on the way.
But Rocky actually saves him and almost kills himself in the process, which is a really beautiful moment.
Unknowing. Oh, you mean earlier?
He breaks out of his
That's true.
Because they're obviously different atmospheres. He breaks out of his little atmospheric thing and saves the goose.
Yeah, that's when they're trying to get the sample.
Correct.
It's like a really, really life and death situation.
And then he again saves
his
his life by giving him enough materials to go home. But then Goose changes, realizing that Dwayne The Rock Johnson is gonna die on his trip back.
Yes.
And changes trajectory to meet him halfway. And I think the point is he brings him into his own ship again, and they travel in Gosling's ship back to the Rock's planet. And that's where he effectively finds his people.
Yes.
And I really like that about this film.
I liked that. The big part for me that was interesting. So all of this is happening, right?
Yeah.
Where Gosling realizes Rocky's...
I love you calling him the goose.
Rocky's cooked.
Yeah.
Literally. No, that he realizes that like he's going to be
screwed.
When
he was in the human atmosphere.
Yeah, he was.
He was literally burning up. A rock burning.
Yeah, it was kind of cool actually. But the design of it. But you see that, and as you're learning that Ryan in the present, or whatever his name is, Grace in the present, knows his friend who he's befriended to save both of their civilizations over this time. They've solved this really hard problem. They've saved each other multiple times. Is going to die. You're also getting the reveal in the past that Grace actually didn't opt into this trip.
Yeah.
Basically, there was another scientist that was supposed to be on it. And right at the end of the testing, like they mess it up and there's an explosion and that science crew dies.
Because of a math error. Because of a measuring error.
Yeah. And that guy does. And basically they go to him and they're like, hey, like you can do this. Like you're the only person that can do it. And he's like, no, you can train up another team. It'll take 6 more weeks. And she's like, 6 more weeks mean like 25% more of the population's going to die. Like you're the one.
Yeah.
And they present it to him like it's an option. And when he actually says no, he says, I can't do it.
He's a coward.
Because it's a one-way, it's viewed as a one-way ticket. Like you're giving up your life.
Yeah.
And there's 3 other astronauts that are all opted in to do it. And he's like, no, I won't do it. And they force him to.
It's great.
And so you realize as he's realizing this, like he's remembering that he's at this place where he's realized his friend who he's, he had, and she's like, you have nothing to live for here. You have no family. She's kind of a bit mean, but it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Like you
totally
give up your life for this. Like, this is like a noble thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he refuses. They inject him. They put him in a coma. They send him anyway. He forgets all this up until this moment when he realizes he actually has to go save the one thing he didn't have before, which is
the
Rocky.
thing he cared about.
It's a beautiful thing. He's found something to care about. He's found something to be brave for and die for. But they didn't end up having him die for it.
I think
I thought that what was happening was he didn't want Rocky to die alone.
Me too.
And I thought he was going to go there and die with him.
Yeah, me too. Or take him back to his,
or like sacrifice what he had, and it was a one-way trip to Rocky's planet.
Same. So
and they actually make it a little bit nicer than that, which I kind of didn't like as much.
So the thing, and just going one step back, the thing I really liked about that part is, and the reason I kind of like the flirtatious nature of Gosling and Hula's characters.
She had to switch.
It was the bait and switch.
Well, she had to switch, like whether she wanted to or not.
No, 100%. But you thought, I thought while I was watching this, she was going to be his reason to do this. I thought you could. The explosion was obviously going to happen because he has to get to space somehow. Something has to make him go to space.
Yeah.
I thought what was going to happen was they were gradually sort of falling for each other.
Yeah.
And she was going to be his reason to go. I thought it maybe skipped forward a little bit, or maybe, like you saw them hook up or whatever. And he was like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah. I
need to save everyone. And you're the person I'm doing this for. Because there's even a point where one of the scientists, Juntao, says, fuck, that's his name in Rush Hour. That's really bad. Says, you just got to find your reason for going.
Yeah.
And I thought she was going to be that.
Courageous.
But the bait and switch is that she actually forces him to, and his reason for going turns out to be Rocky in the end.
Yeah.
Which is great storytelling.
I like that too. I also just thought it was
great storytelling.
I just thought it was interesting to see that character who clearly does feel for him and like him as a person.
Yeah.
But also like someone in that role is always going to have to make the hard decision.
Always.
And so it was a really cool like acting moment seeing her turn.
And it was
like
subtle.
seeing her have to like it was really well done. Seeing her have to go from like I am your friend to like I am now doing
I'm a ruthless
what needs to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. But she'd done that before as well.
For sure. And you'd seen her do it.
Development.
You'd seen her do it and you knew she was capable of it, but you'd never seen her do something quite this ruthless.
It's dark.
Because you're also aware of their intimate relationship.
And as well, it's like it is they expect it to be a one-way trip. So like she's sending him to die.
Yeah.
Which is and really well acted in the moment. And that is like that tone. I mean, all the way through that tone would have been too dark, but that's what I wanted this film to be, really. Yeah, like there was enough humor in their like relationship, but it wasn't too much. And I think when she wasn't in the scenes, making it a little bit more, I don't know, dour, realistic, whatever you want to call it, it lost a bit of that. And because Rocky and the Goose, they're
both
constantly
quite goofy.
They were goofy together, and I think the ending of this is they both survive. They go back to Rocky's home world. The Goose becomes a teacher to Rocky, to the kids on Rocky's world.
In his own little
bubble. Was real nice, and it was like heartwarming. It wouldn't have been as impactful as what you were just saying too. That would have been a better ending. Or just one of them dying.
Or even just like keeping it ambiguous. Like,
yes.
But, you know, maybe it wouldn't play. I'm wondering if I'm actually going to look it up right now because I am wondering if the book has a different ending.
I wonder that too.
Anyway, did you have anything else you'd say around spoilers? Other than
No, I just loved that acting performance.
Yeah.
You know, Sandra Hüller, like, wow, do more American films immediately. Like, and I can imagine her in a ton of stuff. She could be in like a spy movie. You know what I mean? Like that performance is so multi-layered and so easily transferred to other types of movies.
Yeah.
It's perfect. And she's amazing. So was there any difference between the movie and the...
Apparently they did more in the science stuff. So a lot of the yada yada you see.
Okay. In the book.
Is more in the book.
I mean, you've got to do that. And I wonder if they've dumbed it down for us
he's more of a, I think he's also more of a neurotic character. Whereas like
that would have been a good angle.
That's my point. Like Gosling's a bit too well shaped as a dude.
Yeah, a little bit of neuroticism would have been great. He's a
little bit too charismatic.
Maybe it's the charisma. Maybe he's just because he's a charisma magnet. We've talked about this. He's great. Anything else you want to say before we finish?
No, I think that's it, man.
Nice. Do you want a bit of trivia, true or false to wrap up?
I always do. Would it be a podcast assemble episode without trivia?
It would not.
Probably not.
IMDb trivia, which may or may not be right. Who knows at this point?
Never know.
Project Hail Mary DL. Yeah. Trivia true, trivia false. The scene where Ava Stratt sings karaoke to Ryan Gosling was not in the original script. Is that true or is that false?
I think that might be true.
It is true.
Yeah.
Gosling overheard Hüller singing between takes and asked her to perform for the movie 48 hours before filming the scene. Hüller agreed and she selected Sign of the Times.
Wow. Well, it's a good song.
What a perfect selection for this movie.
It is a good song for it.
Go away and listen to the lyrics to Sign of the Times by Harry Styles.
We gotta get away. Anyway.
God, keep going. Keep going. You got me. You really got me.
Yeah.
Trivia true, trivia false DL. Andy Weir, author of the book, is one of the credits for a rejected Rocky voice. Now, there is a scene when they're going through, when they're selecting a voice that the algorithm can use for Rocky to speak back to Ryan Gosling, and they go through a few.
That's a great Easter egg if it is, so I'm going to say true.
It's actually false.
Bummer.
But Ray Porter, who's the narrator of the English language version of Project Hail Mary audiobook, was one of them.
Nice.
And Meryl Streep was also one of the voices.
Well, that they comment on that.
Do they?
Yeah, he goes, Meryl Streep.
Oh, you're right.
She's good at anything.
You're right. I couldn't tell if it was it just sounded like Meryl Streep. Maybe that's just me. Okay, trivia true, trivia false. One of the credits for reject. Oh my god, I've just done the same one twice. Ignore me. Redact. Trivia false deal.
Yeah.
This became the first ever film to premiere in the stratosphere. Is that true or is that false?
Like, as in
following the theme of space.
Premiere.
Yeah.
So they gave it to some of the astronauts or something. It's like a true.
It is true. A bespoke IMAX display was sent into space that played footage from the film.
Odd.
I mean, no one's gonna fucking see it.
Yeah,
but it's a good.
Seems like a waste of time.
Good marketing platform. Like I quite like the one that we were talking about. Was it Begonia, where people could shave their heads and see it? Was that Begonia?
That's a good one.
That's a great one.
Like you get the preview if you're.
This one's just confusing.
Yeah.
Like who's gonna fucking see it?
I don't know why you would do that.
Ultimately, I had a wonderful time with this film. It made me feel things. I mean, a lot of things.
We love when he feels things.
It was a great film. I think it was artfully directed. I liked the playoff between the different relationships he had, the crescendo at the end, that finale.
The biggest complaint I have is that Ryan's a bit more goofy and then they yada yada over the science stuff. And I guess I like more as a plot structure, like should it have been a bit darker or like really leaning into that theme of like he's making a choice because like his choice was actually like
but he wasn't.
Anyone would make if they knew that's the way it was going to end.
Right. But he didn't make that choice, interestingly. DL, do you want to wrap up the show?
Yes. Give us a 5-star review or any kind of review on any kind of medium.
Please do. We would really like that.
Recommend the pod to a friend.
Ooh, grassroots. We like that.
And then thank you, Ava, for the time codes. You can find our fantastic editor at Ava M. Shaw.
Ramshaw.
Ava Ramshaw.com. Sorry. Dyslexic. You can't make fun of me. I'm literally dyslexic.
I will make
That's why I
fun of
read
you.
so fast. Because I don't actually know what I'm reading. Anyway, please give it a look. Give it a shout if you need an editor.
She's a fantastic editor. Thank you, Ava.
Until next time.
Guys.
It's been real. It's been fun. And it's been real fun.
Find us on the socials as well. Find us at Podcast Assemble on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and thepodcastassemble@gmail.com. Like this video. We don't get to do this very often. This has been great. I'm going to give him a hug when we finish. Thank you all for sticking with it. Tally ho.